Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another session of Yoga with Helen for the Down Syndrome Association. You're all very welcome. As you can see today, we're going to start a little bit differently. We normally start on the mat, but today we're going to start standing up or sitting in a chair, whatever is more comfortable. Okay, but as always, check you've got your comfortable clothes, bare feet. If you need to have pillows or cushions for later on, you could do that. If you need your chair, need to be near a wall, do that too. Okay, as always, let's start with our yoga poem. I am calm. I am peace. I am light. I am love. And today, let's look at I am calm, and let's see if we can bring that into our yoga practice. So stay as calm and relaxed as possible during your yoga. Don't need to force any poses, just need to enjoy what you're doing and look after yourself. Okay, so today we're going to start a little bit differently. We're going to do what's called some tapping. So imagine you take your fingertips and you can tap. So tap on your hand. You can hear it. But we're going to use our fingertips to tap all over the body. Okay, so let's start with our head. So tap all over the head. So this helps to really just wake up the body. It wakes up all the nerves that are under the skin. Okay, so we tap all around the head. We could even tap on the forehead and under the eyes, all the way down our jaws and along our jaws. Maybe while you're on your jaw, you could open and close the mouth. Okay, now tap all the way to the back of our necks and onto our shoulders and across our shoulder blades. Okay, now take one hand and tap all the way down the inside of the arm. So we turn the arm out so the palm faces me. We tap all the way down, right down across the palm to the fingertips. Turn the hand over, and now we tap up on the outside of the arm, or the back of the arm. Okay, now turn the palm to face me, tap down the inside of the arm. Get to the bottom, turn the palm to face away from me, and tap up the outside of the arm. Good. Now switch to the other side. So tap, turn the palm of the other arm to face me, tap down the arm. Get all the way down to the bottom, turn over, tap all the way back up. Turn the palm to face me, tap down the inside of the arm. Turn the palm away from me, tap up the outside of the arm. Okay, back to both hands, tap all over the ribs, the belly. Now, we're going to go to the back, but when we go to the back, we're not going to tap, we're going to rub. Because this is our kidneys are right down here. So we want to be nice and gentle. So we're going to rub the lower back. Not going to tap. Okay, now back to tapping. We're going to tap all around the top of the legs, both sides. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, now we're going to take our hands and tap all the way down the outside of the legs. So you might need to bend your knees for this one. And if you don't go all the way to the bottom, that's okay, don't worry. So if you can go all the way down the legs, we can go all the way down across the top of the feet, and then tap all the way up the inside of the leg, and then down again. If going all the way down is uncomfortable, don't worry. Just go as far as you can, and all the way back up. Let's switch over to the other side. So tap down the outside of the leg. Tap, 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 all the way across the top of the feet. Maybe they get a little rub. all the way up the inside and down the outside and the inside. Good, now give yourself a shake. So really shake through the body. Shake, 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 shake. And this time I want you to shake as fast as you can. Shake, shake, shake. And when I say 3, 2, 1, you're going to let it stop. So 3, 2, 1, and breathe. And hopefully the skin, the body, all feels a little bit more awake. Maybe you can feel the tingles from all the shaking. And just breathe. Good. That was just a different way to get us warmed up and waking up the body. Okay, let's do some of our stretches. So let's breathe the hands up, breathe in, join them at the top, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Let's go through the head. So look down, chin to chest, chin to the ceiling, and down, and up. Look forward, look over the shoulder, and the other way, and the other way, and the other way. Look forward. This time take an ear to the shoulder, so drop the ear. And drop the other way. And back to the first side. And switch again. Good. Take a little bend in the knees and roll the shoulders. And roll them forward. Good. Let's take our hands, clench the fists, open, clench, open, clench, open. Piano fingers. We can really go to the sides now that we're standing up. Okay, fingertips to the shoulders, palms to the side, fingertips to the shoulders, palms to the ceiling, fingertip shoulders, palms to the side. Good. Now make sure you've got room behind you. Bend into the knees. We're going to take our hands up roughly around our chest height and we're just going to twist side to side. Good. So we just begin to warm up our spine, warm up our back, and come to the front again. You can straighten into the legs, reach up the hand and stretch over one side. And then stretch over the other side. And again, stretch. Good. So I think I showed this to you before, but we can also do our cat stretch when we're standing up, or if you're on a chair. We looked at that as well. So bend the knees, take the hands, place them on the thighs. Okay, now we're going to do our arch up and our push through. So just like we do with our back when we are on the mat, but we're just doing a different version, standing up. Good. Now, we can also do our cobra. This might be a little tricky for you to see, but I have a wall here, okay? I can press my hands onto the wall, okay? And then I can arch my back. So a bit like a cobra. So I'm like this at the wall, and then I push into the wall, and I arch the back. So like we do when we're on the floor, we're pushing, lifting our chest. We can do that at the wall. So I am here, and I push into the wall and lift my chin to the ceiling. So imagine my wall is here, and I push up. Good, and relax. Now, let's look at some of our standing poses that you know already. So let's do our little mini standing flow that we've been learning, where we roll down with everything bent and curved, we straighten, then we curl it all in again, then we come up through our chair pose, and then we added on our twist one way and back up to reach up and down. And then we'll do it again and we'll twist the other way. So let's do it together. I'll sort of do it, I'll keep shifting where I am so you can see me best. You stay where you are. So let's find our nice comfortable standing position. Then let's roll down, bend the knees, roll down. Okay, everything's curved, everything's bent. Now straighten through the back, straighten through the legs. Top of the head reaches forward, and then curve and bend everything over. Keep the knees bent, swish the arms up, and we find ourselves in our chair pose. Okay, so you might need to just keep shifting around to where you feel comfortable. So I'm going to shift. Then from there, let's bring it into our twist. So wherever your twist is for you, it might just be out to the side. The elbow might be right down. Then untwist and reach both hands to the ceiling. And then relax them down. And we're going to get ready to go again. Okay, so bend the knees, drop the head, roll down through the back. Now straighten the legs, straighten the back, reach the top of the head forward, fold everything over. Keep the knees bent, swish the hand up, find our chair pose. I'm going to turn around. Now take the twist to the other side. So again, might just be up here, up high. It could just be twisting, but keeping the body up. It doesn't matter. It's your version. Okay. Then stretch the hands up to the ceiling, straighten everything up, and relax the hands down. Find our mountain. Good. Well done. Let's go on to our wide-legged forward fold. So we've done this a few times. So remember, we suggested you could use a chair if you need to use a chair to hold on to when you lean forward. So take your legs out wide as is comfortable for you. Have the toes pointed towards me or slightly in towards each other. Get our nice tall yoga back, hands towards the hips. And remember, pause the video if you need to go and grab a chair so that you can have the chair in front when you're leaning forward. Okay, so nice tall yoga back, and then begin to, it's like you're bringing the top of the head towards me. So you want to reach the top of the head towards me, thinking about our nice long yoga backs. Okay, and if you've got a chair, you might use the chair here. You might fold forward. And if you're feeling like, today's feeling like a foldy day, you might even put your hands on the floor. Okay. And don't forget to breathe, keep breathing. And then bring the hands back to the hips and bring yourself all the way back up to straight. Good. Bend into your knees a little bit and walk the feet in. Good job. So we're going to try our goddess pose. I think we did this before as well. So we're going to take the feet not quite as wide as in our wide leg stretch that we've just done, but wide, a little bit wider than standing. Okay, so this is the one that we talked about, making sure our knees sort of go roughly over our toes. So we don't want the knees to tuck in like that. We don't want them to go too wide. So we want to keep our nice tall yoga back, and then bend the knees. So just if anything feels sore, just rearrange a few things, reposition, see how it feels. You might find something that suits you better. Okay, so this is a nice deep squat. And then let's bring the arms up. Palms towards me, we fold them up. It's almost a bit like the New Zealand rugby players, the haka. It feels a bit like that to me. And don't forget to breathe. Good. Keep breathing and come all the way back up. Well done. Let's go with our warrior one. So I'm going to face this way. Our feet are on our train tracks. We're taking that big step back, finding where feels right for this back foot to turn. Bringing our hips roughly round and our chest round. Then we bend into that front knee and we stretch the arms up and breathe. Feel nice and strong in your body, but also remember, feel calm. And step it forward. So remember our poem, I am calm. So even if a pose feels a bit tough or a bit strong, bring your calmness to it. Say, no, I will make this a really calm pose. Okay, so let's go the other way. So step that leg back, make sure you're balanced. Find where feels right for your back foot. Bring the hips and the chest round. Bend into that front knee. Find where feels comfortable for that knee and ankle. And then bring the hands up. Now, if it feels like, oh, it's quite a strong pose, it's a bit challenging, just bring your calmness, use your breath. And every time you breathe out, feel the body relax into the pose a bit more. Let the hands come down and step the foot in. Good. Now I'm going to show you something else we can add to that pose. You can choose if you want to try it or if you want to leave it out. That's fine. Okay, so I've stepped my foot back. I'm in the pose. I'm going to see if I can bring my hands down and fold the body forward. Hands come to the back and all the way back up. Okay, so I'll go through it with you. So if you would like to try that, have a go. If you feel like, no, I'm just going to practice it as normal, that's okay too. So get into the pose as we normally do. Okay, bring the hands up. So you could stay there or you could try this new version. So we're keeping our yoga backs nice and straight. Bring our fingertips towards the back as we fold our chest a little bit towards the leg. And then we bring it back up. And we're going to do that one more time. So we fold over. And then all the way back up. And then let's step the legs in. Take the hands down. Good. How was that? So let's try it on the other side. So again, find your starting pose. Hips and chest round, hands up, bend into the knee. You might decide that that is enough. You're just going to hold it there for a few breaths, or you might do our folding forward. So fold forward, hands come, fingertips come back, chest goes towards this leg, and up. And one more time. And up. And then hands down, step the foot in, and there we go. Well done. Let's do some of our balances. Okay, So you know where you are with your balances and what you're working on, and everybody's going to be working on something different. So you might have your chair, you might use the wall. Okay, so remember we were doing our coming between forward and back, and you might just be working on holding it forward or holding it back. You don't have to go between forward and back. Go with what feels right for you today, because every day our balance is different. Good. Let's go the other leg. With this leg, we'll go back to the original of just trying to hold it forward. Okay. And if you want to keep going between forward and back, you go ahead and do that. Okay, that was forward. Now back. And I'm going to find a place that my arms feel right to help me balance with the leg back. Good. So this is a good time to pause the video and find the version of balancing that you want to work on and keep working a little bit longer. We also had our having the legs straight. Okay. So again, I'm going to reach my hands up. And again, you might hold on to the wall. Place the hands down, place the foot down. And then I'm going to try that straight leg to the back. So sometimes when I do the straight leg to the back, I like to have my hands forward because it helps me counterbalance. And we talked about that before. And feet down. I'm going to try the other way. So again, we could hold onto the wall. We could also do it with our back against the wall. So foot out. Find somewhere for the arms. Down. I'm going to try straight leg to the back. I'm going to use the wall, so I'm going to hold onto the wall. And I'm going to take the leg to the back, and then I might just take little times when the arms and hands are away from the wall. I might reach it up. Oh, I fell over in that one. Good. So pause the video, have a little play. Balances are really good to practice every day, and they really help us zone in on what we're doing in that moment, because we need to have all our focus to really help us balance. Good. Let's go to the mat. So let's roll our head down. If you need to come through the wall or hold onto the wall or use the chair, do that, and then hands to the floor, all the way to the floor. So we're on the mat. This is our first time sitting on the mat today. Let's do some of the poses. Now these are some of the asanas that we would normally do at the start, but we're going to do them now. So let's check in with our child's pose. So again, you might like to have pillows under here. Okay. And we're going to stretch the hands back and bring our forehead towards the mat. And it's okay, it might just be your forearms. There we go. And just breathe. Good. And then we're going to do our downward dog. So come back to what would be our table. Tuck our toes and push into the hands, push into the toes, and lift the heels up, or lift the hips up. And then just, you could do your little padding through, so bringing one heel at a time towards the floor, or little walks. Good, and then come down. Let's bring ourselves round on to sitting. Okay, let's bring ourselves into our stick pose, and again you might like to have pillow under the knees. Let's start with our hands here. So feel like you've got a nice long back. Now if that feels okay, you could stretch the hands up towards the ceiling. And then if that feels okay, we could use our breath. So breathe in, stretch up towards the ceiling. Breathe out and reach the hands forward. And then breathe in, back up towards the ceiling. And then out. And up. And then out. And you might like to bring the hands down, hold on to somewhere on the legs, and just imagine that you're keeping your back nice and long, and you bend a little bit more into the hips, so fold a little bit more. Good, and come out of that. Whew. Give your legs a little shake. Well done. Let's go from there all the way down to the floor. Good. Now tuck the knees in towards the chest, and then stretch the toes out as long as you can, and stretch the arms out overhead as long as you can. So we're almost like a big star shape. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Point the toes, point the fingers, and then bring it all the way back in to our tucked in. So tuck the head in. Then stretch out into our big star shape again. And then tuck it in. Good. Let's do our little knees side to side. So you're going to let your knees, so put the feet on the floor, knees up towards the ceiling. Now let the knees fall one way. Stay where you are. I'm going to turn around so you can see me. So let the knees drop over towards the right. Now again, you might like to put your pillow underneath the legs to help support them. And then bring the knees back up towards the ceiling and let them drop, both going over to the other side. For me it's the left, but it doesn't really matter as long as it's the opposite side. And then back up towards the ceiling and drop the other way. And up and drop the other way. So it doesn't really matter if you're going a different way than me, as long as you keep changing sides. So do that a few more times for yourself. You can keep changing sides, or if it feels nice to hold it at one side for a little while, you can do that too. Good. Then I'm going to change my position again. So let's find ourselves down somewhere that's comfortable for you for our relaxation, whether that's your back or your side, or maybe you come all the way back up to sit down. Good. Now give yourself a little shimmy shake. Okay. Now let's take a breath in. Let me hear it. Now, we said today that we were going to look at the I am calm. So let's use this relaxation to see how calm we can make the body. So as always, let's use our breath to help us do that. So every time you breathe out, you can feel the body soften and relax. So every time it relaxes, think of it as calming down. So every time you breathe out, you could even say the words calming down. So again, when you breathe out, if it helps, say the words calming down. You might say them out loud, or you might just say them in your head. Okay, now wriggle the toes, wriggle the fingers, maybe circle the fingers and circle the toes. Stretch the hands up towards the ceiling, knees up towards the ceiling. Tuck the knees in, give yourself a little hug. Roll onto the side if you've been on your back. Push up to sitting. Good. Let's give the shoulders a little wriggle, the head a little roll around. Good. Now reach the hands up and down. Breathe them down. Let's do that one more time. But this time let's take our thought. Now our thought is going to be a little bit different this week because we've been looking at I am calm. Place your hands on your heart, and I would like you to think of something that helps you feel calm. Maybe it's listening to music, maybe it's when you go out for a walk, or maybe it's just curled up in one of our yoga poses, or maybe it's chatting with someone you love to chat with, something that makes you feel calm. And I'd like you to think about that and hold it in your heart. Breathe it in and hold on to that nice thought about what makes you feel nice and calm. Let's relax the hands out. One last little wriggle through the body. And good work today. I will see you back here next week. Bye.